Beneath the call to prayer, under the desert sun, a new gate rises, 12 million square meters of concrete, gold and glass, a structure not just of faith, but of power. The King Salman Gate project in Mecca promises shelter for 900,000 pilgrims, but behind its ornate Arabic calligraphy and reflective marble lies something far more engineered: control. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman is not just building a gateway to the holiest city in Islam, he is building the most advanced religious surveillance zone the modern world has ever seen. Biometric corridors, AI pattern recognition, and cyber-secure towers cloaked in calligraphy. This isn't a sanctuary, it's a fortress, and inside it, the future of pilgrimage will be watched, recorded, and managed. Because for the new Saudi Arabia, faith is not just sacred, it's strategic. The golden entrance to a monitored faith. When the world first glimpsed the renderings of the King Salman Gate, most saw beauty, a monumental entrance to the Grand Mosque designed to harmonize with tradition while signaling a future-forward kingdom. But those renderings omitted the real story, that this structure is part of Mohammed bin Salman's broader blueprint to digitize, centralize, and secure Mecca like never before. Every square meter will be laced with surveillance, from palm print verification systems at entrances to retina scans embedded in the marble pillars, drones the size of prayer beads floating silently overhead, facial recognition embedded in the mosque's mosaic-like ceiling. While the world sees worshippers, the system sees data points, but it goes deeper. The Golden Gate is more than just an architectural marvel, it's a psychological symbol. It whispers a message that pilgrims might not hear, but certainly feel. This is no longer your Mecca. It belongs to the algorithms now. Behind the white marble walls, cyber operators run simulations of crowd behavior, predictive policing models, and real-time tracking logs of individual worship patterns. Security consultants from Silicon Valley refer to it as smart faith infrastructure. And in internal documents reviewed by insiders, Saudi officials describe the project as a control lattice. That means every movement, every chant, every bowed head becomes part of a mosaic that maps intention, allegiance, and sentiment. As the Crown Prince opens the door to 900,000 faithful, he also opens the gates to a controlled religious experience. All visitors, from Nigerian grandmothers to Silicon Valley converts, will be monitored, categorized, and archived. Security, yes, but sovereignty too. This isn't about stopping threats, it's about knowing what every heart in the holiest city is doing and who they align with. Digital pilgrimage, the algorithmic Hajj. Imagine arriving in Mecca in 2027. Your visa is digital, your fingerprints pre-registered. Your hotel room's key is your iris. Your route to the Kaaba has been optimized by AI. The Saudi state now designs your spiritual journey. Welcome to the algorithmic Hajj. Inside the King Salman Gate, massive command centers track thermal heat signatures, crowd flow velocity, and real-time emotional analytics. Your posture, your gait, your social groupings, all decoded. The project will include more than worship halls. It will have shopping centers, transport hubs, hotels, cultural exhibits, all connected via a centralized data spine. And it is no coincidence. The Crown Prince has learned Mecca is not just a city, it is the epicenter of 1,800,000,000 lives. To program it is to guide the minds of an ummah. And in this new Mecca, every act of devotion becomes a data point in a kingdom of metrics. Faith has a dashboard, and it sits on the desk of MBS. But this pilgrimage is not just about movement, it is about modeling. Using machine learning, the system begins to anticipate pilgrim behavior. It knows when you will stop for prayer, how long you will remain in meditation, and who you are most likely to walk beside. Entire algorithms are built to optimize the flow of prayer like an urban choreography. The Hajj becomes not only a rite of passage, but a live simulation. Crowds are nudged gently by environmental cues, subtle shifts in lighting, ambient sounds, or temperature, all designed to guide them without force. The spiritual becomes logistical, the divine programmable, and the ultimate authority is not the imam with a microphone. It is the unseen algorithm beneath your feet. Here, the path to God is plotted by software, and Mohammed bin Salman holds the master key. Who really built the gate? Behind every grand gate is a back door, And behind this one is a global network of contractors, consultants, and cyber infrastructure firms. Publicly, the project is a celebration of Saudi engineering. Privately, insiders speak of American biometric contractors, Israeli cyber defensive consultants, and Chinese AI cloud partners. There are whispers of dark fiber tunnels beneath the complex, designed to shield internal data from even the kingdom's own ministries. But the digital scaffolding doesn't end there. Sources close to the Ministry of Interior describe ultra-secure data vaults buried deep within the foundation, climate-controlled, earthquake-resistant, and guarded 24 hours a day by elite personnel trained in both cybersecurity and physical combat. The real architects of the gate don't wear thorbs or turbans. They wear keycards and carry encrypted drives. This is a fortress designed by protocol stacks, not prophets. The General Intelligence Presidency, Saudi Arabia's most opaque agency, is rumored to have a command annex within the structure itself, a nerve center with biometric command override capabilities, satellite uplinks, and closed-loop AI risk assessment modules. And then there are the ghost firms. On paper, many construction and tech firms linked to the King Salman Gate are shell companies registered in neutral jurisdictions: Luxembourg, Cyprus, the British Virgin Islands. These entities don't exist in the physical world. They are instruments, layers of opacity built to conceal true origin and intent. It's no longer a mosque project, it's a national security node. Every voice speaking in the plaza, every Wi-Fi connection from a phone, every SIM card ping, captured and stored. When worship becomes global, surveillance must be infinite, because for Mohammed bin Salman, one hostile sermon can become a geopolitical incident, and one unchecked imam, a revolution. So he built a gate no one can enter without being known, fully, digitally, and permanently. The soft power behind the stone. On the surface, the King Salman Gate is a gift. Free lodging for pilgrims, easier access, cultural enrichment. But every gesture has its shadow. By centralizing all pilgrimage routes through his megastructure, the Crown Prince is also centralizing authority over the flow of global Islam. Indonesian clerics, African tribal leaders, Pakistani influencers, all now pass through Saudi-controlled touchpoints. The kingdom decides who gets upgraded accommodations, who speaks on digital billboards, who gets quietly denied. Welcome to Religious Gatekeeping 2.0. The architecture is soft, but the power is absolute. The King Salman Gate doesn't just filter people, it filters ideology. There are rumors of digital profiles built on every group entering the complex, an Imam Index, a ranking system that scores religious leaders based on compliance, tone, and reach. Those with high alignment to state messaging are rewarded with visibility, prime sermon slots, official badges, and for those with divergent views, they vanish from digital signage, their hotel reservations mysteriously cancelled, their visas delayed. Even the QR-coded pilgrimage paths, designed to streamline crowd movement, can subtly isolate voices the kingdom deems too radical, too populist, or too political. MBS understands what the Ottomans once knew: to rule Islam, you must control the pilgrimage. But unlike the Ottomans, he doesn't need swords or scholars. He has sensors and screens. For a generation of Muslims raised on devices, the very image of Mecca, the lighting, the angles, the trending hashtags, is shaped in real time by teams of Saudi content engineers. They don't just broadcast Mecca, they curate it. And in this version of faith, the state becomes the lens. The algorithms behind the pilgrim experience don't just track, they teach, they filter, they shape what devotion looks like. MBS is not just guarding Mecca, he is reframing it. And in doing so, he reshapes the entire ideological architecture of Islam. Security, sovereignty, and the secret city. Rumors swirl of what lies under the complex: subsurface bunkers built to royal specs, emergency transit tunnels leading to undisclosed locations, rooms not on blueprints reserved for the Crown Prince's advisors, a secure passage connecting the King Salman Gate directly to elite residential compounds 5 kilometers away. But those are just the visible layers. Beneath that is something darker. Insiders describe a subterranean control vault dubbed the Pulse, a hardened command environment with direct satellite uplinks, electromagnetic shielding, and its own independent power grid. In the event of civil unrest, foreign attack, or information warfare, this site becomes ground zero for regime continuity. The King Salman Gate does not merely facilitate worship, it quarantines chaos. Thermal cameras trace abnormal group formations. AI software flags collective movements resembling protests or religious agitation. Within seconds, armed response units are rerouted through concealed service corridors. Drone surveillance is deployed, not just aerial, but indoor. And if the signal falters, if networks go dark, a buried antenna array can deploy a high-bandwidth satellite relay, ensuring command never loses contact with digital infrastructure across Mecca. Because control is not an option here, it is doctrine. The pilgrimage has become the ultimate stress test for the Saudi state's security architecture, and in this system, even divine intent can be categorized. Not all pilgrims are equal. Some are tagged as dignitaries, others as influencers. Some are unknown, and in Mecca, the unknown is dangerous. That is why the King Salman Gate is not a door, it is a firewall, not just against terror, against uncertainty. Only the faithful, the loyal, and the watched will pass. And what lies on the other side is not just sacred ground, it is sovereign code. To the outside world, the King Salman Gate is a symbol of devotion, but within its walls, a more complex truth unfolds. Mohammed bin Salman isn't just modernizing Mecca, he's coding it, turning a holy city into a sovereign circuit. Every prayer, every breath, every movement calibrated by systems unseen, because in the world of elite power, sanctity and surveillance go hand in hand. And the next frontier of control isn't oil, it's belief. Would you walk through a gate like that, even if it meant your soul was scanned? Drop your thoughts in the comments. One reply will win a mystery luxury gift.